That long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to maneuver. Power run. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
Well, these turnovers are a big, big problem. And a huge part of why they're behind on the scoreboard, too. It's now fumble and interception on back-to-back drives. And you just can't expect to do that and be successful in the NFL or any league for that matter.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go now. Detroit! All right, now. Detroit! Watch it now, Marty. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's go! Leopard! 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 Leopard!
They're going to look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
They'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Prescott now on second down. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. That one goes for 24 yards. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long for Prescott. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end, Reed. Going to give this time to the tailback. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Out of the gun now on third down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Here we go now. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now a handoff looking right. And now running right through it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Detroit. Check. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
No. Here we go now. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Detroit! Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Prescott from the gun on third. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On third down, Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go. Good, good. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 11. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A gain of 3, second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Again, it's Elliott. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing. Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the play clock's running down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 44 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Shift together here from the D-line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Second down, Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Prescott on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Prescott from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Cowboys on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. And again, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Chiefs have scored again to extend their lead a bit. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Jordan Reed has it. Reed wrestling ahead, and he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. No. Check. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Cowboys. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. So the offense has it 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Prescott yet again. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. And we'll get a couple here down to the 22.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Now Elliott. Oh, no, he lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And he'll give it here to his running back. And an alley to run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And to give this time to the tailback. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Chiefs have extended their lead in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And Charles,